Also, we just got a trade on the software, ticker symbol TEM. TEM calls, actually. These are going to be the 10-10 88 calls. 10-10 88 calls on TEM. Okay, and these are the 88 strike. Okay, if you're new and you don't know what I'm talking about, please watch the education videos. But that should hopefully make sense. Software bar got filled at, let's see, 170 a contract. They're already going for 190, so this thing has moved quite a bit. Okay, 198 fill. Looks like my audio's off. Weird. 198 fill on TEM. Today's the 1st. Yeah, I mean, let's see. It's moving. It's moving. It's moving. Try to grab one more contract at 2 because I'm in a little light. So whenever you go to get filled, if it's limit and you go to adjust your limit, what will happen if you adjust your price is you'll end up being in a little too heavy or a little too light, and it could go either way. So it looks like I'm just a little too light on this one. I don't think I'm going to get that filled, but that's okay. I mean, it's not by too much. I'm like in 200 bucks too small on this one. Why did nothing make sound this morning? Let me turn on my ringer. I'm a little sleepy this morning. Come on. That's all right. Okay, let's pull this in here. Up 7. See, I'm in with 1,400 bucks. I was supposed to be in with 1,600. That's okay. It just rounded down. So, you guys should be good. Last month was amazing. We had let me take that back. It wasn't amazing. It was a good month. It was a green month, which we consider any green month to be amazing because trading's very hard, right? Most people don't make money trading. It's difficult. So when we have green months, we have to be, very thankful because it's a hard thing to do. But we came out of September in the green. Since I started tracking my progress here, you could see August 1st up into this was yesterday, which was our peak PNL. So to close the month at peak PNL is pretty cool to see. And this just like reiterates everything I've been talking about and sharing with you guys and like repeating over and over, which is, drawdowns are part of trading. Every time you form a high on your PNL, you're typically going to see a retracement off of that high. This is my equity curve, right? But I look at it as like trading. If anything is pushing up, it's going to go up, make a high, come back down. Go up, test previous highs. Once it breaks, make a new high. Pull back, move back up, break previous highs, make a new high. It's like you can really see that analogy that I like to use, we'll keep an eye on this trade here. We're up like 15%. The analogy I always use is like climbing a mountain. And so we start at the bottom of the mountain at the beginning of August. We got to our first peak, right? And we're looking and we're like, okay, to get to our next peak, we're going to have to come down into the crevice or into the crater. And then we look up, okay, well, we're kind of, we're down off of that previous peak we just climbed up to. We're in the middle here, in the gully, I think that would be called. Now we can look up and see that next peak. So let's start hiking up that way. All right, we got above our previous peak, and then, oh, look at that. There's our new high. Same thing here, and then here's our high. You're going to see most equity curves regardless. Like, nothing's going to go straight up. It's not going to be like, ooh, we would all love that, right? But that's not realistic. You're going to see ups and downs, ups and downs. You might see downs for a little, ups. But again, you want to hold that initial balance and hopefully not go into drawdown. So, yeah, guys, I mean, it's been a really solid 2 months. I've been sharing everything, and that's just something that I wanted to do. I made a commitment to myself and a commitment to you guys that I would start updating you guys on my progress on the performance behind the system. And so when we started trading August 1st and I started logging the performance on the account, it's not been all green, right? I think September was less consistent than I would have liked to see. To be honest, like we ideally, wow, we moved right off. Look at that. We were just ripping up top VWAP here. With that said, it's October 1st, and we'll see what October looks like. Still always prepared for a red month. Got to, keep that in mind. But I'm super excited. So that, and if you're in the mentorship and you followed all the trades, which again, it's only 20 or so % of the trades I took. Like I said, I took 160 trades this month. You were green as well. So congrats to the mentorship and the software guys. Everyone came out at the end of the month in the green. So that's huge. And I think that's right. That's why we're here, right? So that's amazing. So TEM, let's see. What do we got going on here? We're pretty high. I was like looking at TEM when this thing came in, trading outside of our envelope system by quite a bit. But right now, this is interesting. We're starting to come back into our upper blue band, which also, it looks like it lines up with our middle VWAP. So check that out. We're balanced. So for 1, we're balanced. For 2, our upper blue band lines up with our middle VWAP. Obviously, our MACD is pointing straight up. Starting to top out here, though. Less volume. But it looks like if we're able to pull back, and if our middle VWAP or our mean is at 8260, I mean, hopefully that would mean holding and sticking blues. Because it looks like there's a lot of strength here. Obviously, there's a huge amount of momentum. Would like to see middle VWAP held. The algorithm has set our stop at, the algo has set our stop at 80.71 and our take profit at 85.04. So, I mean, we're still up 12%. Okay, we're still up 12. I saw your YouTube video about trading full time. Do you think someone could trade using the software full time pretty easily? It all just depends on like what I was talking about in the video, how much you have to trade with, what your kind of personal risk tolerances look like. If you want to be more aggressive on a small account or more conservative on a large account or more aggressive on a large account, and how you go about, again, there are variables that you're gonna have to kind of make that decision on your own. You could definitely come in with a larger account, and that's the other thing. It's like, are you gonna trade fixed size? Are you gonna compound your returns? So if you're trading fixed size, you're gonna need a bigger account to really make it full time. If you're trading exactly what I talked about in the video, right? So there's no yes or no. It's gonna be you figuring that out. Let's see, 80, 15. So stop at 80.15 lines up with our bottom VWAP and our outermost. Off the entry at least. Let's see. TP 8504, a little bit high. All right. Well, I like where we're trading at. I guess looking at relative to, right? Stop, take profit. We should check in on SPY in a minute here. Yeah, let me try to keep the software pulled up, but let's check in on SPY. And keep in mind, Wednesdays are our slowest day. They're also our, I would say worst day of the week, right? Technically, Wednesdays are still green, but they're, a majority of Wednesdays are red. Looks like SPY is, wow. Let's try to blow this up here. It's kind of hard to see. Looks like we're pretty close to vertical. I didn't know you could do that. You could take a screenshot. That's kind of cool. Oh, they're really close, aren't they? Look how close they are. Need a magnifying glass. So quick move off middle, up to top, push top, verted back to our mean, pulled back, not quite to our low, back to mean. Traded off blues to reds, back to blues, didn't quite get to bottom reds, back to blues. So you can see how VWAP and our envelope system look very similar in that sense. Keep an eye on TEM as well. Yeah, I'm in a little smaller. On TEM, I'm one contract short. Let's see, it looks like cross. Oh, actually, let's hop on a 10-minute. Yeah, the market's just trying to figure out where to go. I mean, it's really close to flipping and turning around or selling off further in this case. If we break reds, let's see. Yeah, we would need a break and hold below reds and move off our mean at least to our red band. Why does that keep happening? Gamma. I just like looking at this. Who doesn't like looking at a positive equity curve? All right. Let's see. So we've had 14 orders hit the software, so it looks like a higher volume day. Let's set an alert here. Let's go back to TEM. I'm going to set an alert. So right now our 85, slightly above top VWAP. So you can see how everything lines up here pretty well. With the algo's predetermined levels, right now we're getting nice push. Speed's increasing a bit. Not sitting too far off top VWAP, which also lines up with our 8504. Did you guys see yesterday? I closed one of the biggest percentage trades of the year. I was going to talk about this. 140%. 140% on one position. Yesterday was crazy. I had like 65%. Let's see. I'll pull up yesterday. So the 30th. Yeah, so 138% was the net P&L on BE. It was a huge one. Huge, huge, huge one. Look at this. 138%. Okay. So I had $1,290 and I made $1,800. Right? So yeah, I mean, entry here, BE longs, traded up, sold here. Look at that. I mean, pretty much closed at our best point we could have. Running P&L. What a crazy trade that was. So we had BE, and we also had 62% on CVS. 62.95. I had 1,339. You can see how it's going to be like whenever I'm trading. It'll be rounding up, rounding down a little, just depending on like when you send in your order. So $871 gross, 62, just about 63%. Look at this one. What a solid one too. Close at max profit. These were shorts. Short down to here. This was after market. It dumped further, but that was a solid one. What else did we have? We had, GSK. That was it. Whoops. GSK, 30% net ROI, 1,404 for gross P&L of 468. So 140%, 65%, 30%. The software was just sending us some great trades yesterday, wasn't it? Well, I mean, it has been obviously the last couple of months, last 5+ years. Let's really put it that way, right? Look at that. Ready? We'll go back to yesterday. These were our trades yesterday that hit the day trading filter on the software. GSK, that was 30% profit on those GSK calls. We had then the CVS puts. Those ran 60+%. And then we had BE, the big winner of 140% on these BE calls. So again, without the software, I would be trading in the dark, right? Just want to show you guys that. Come on, TEM. Let's go. So if your data shows Wednesdays are a little slower, you wouldn't change your approach. I like the consistency. No. I mean, what would you change, right? I guess it's already been optimized. That's the thing. you can only optimize your data so much. You can only change things and alter things and tweak things and change like these little variables, and at a certain point your system's optimized. Like, you're not going to really make any more money. You're always going to have a less profitable day and a more profitable day. Even if it's a green day, it's still going to be a little bit maybe less than your biggest green day. So like, you can't optimize to have, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I mean, it's just that you cannot optimize any further at a certain point, and you have to be okay with having slower days, like making a little bit less one day of the week. TEM, let's see here if we can break 80. Let's see, 84.25. Looks like we should be able to. Look at that. So look at that. We're trailing up. We're trailing above our top blue band. Okay, we've stayed balanced. Okay, we've stayed balanced. Volume, not really a problem here, right? We're seeing higher, we'll drop this down. Higher bars. So we saw 204, 270, 280, 325. Now we're at 371 on MACD. So speed's increasing, enough momentum. Okay, we've got enough momentum to push up, break those highs. Plenty of momentum here. So it looks like we did just break. So now we're going to see a little retracement off of that fresh test, because that was a break. BE was a double your money trade, even more, right? So let's see, we're sitting 1% off of TP, 1% off of top VWAP, right? Pretty cool, right? How our algo here that has automated the work for us is like, hey, TP at 85. Well, what's at 85? Top VWAP. Any questions from anyone this morning? Wow, it's already 10:10. Congrats again, guys, on the very green month. I want to close this one for profit on the stream, but I can't sit here all day. So let's give it another minute and see if anything happens. I can answer any questions anyone has in the meantime as well. I'm gonna set an alert here. Slightly below TP, so we'll do at or above, and then we'll do slightly above stop. Boom. At or below. Okay. So stop is at 80.71. Okay. We got our stop, got our TP. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? So look at 80, 70. I know that's 75. It's technically 71. 80, 71. If we just like blow up VWAP here, we can actually see top VWAP is literally sitting at 85. Bottom VWAP is literally sitting at 80, 70. Our algorithm which predetermined stop and take profit when we got in at 936, way before, like, it predicted the future, right? In a way, again, these are giving us predictive levels, right? We talked about that. All of a sudden now top VWAP is trading up here at our take profit. Bottom VWAP is trading down here at our stop. But we got our stop and take profit like 30 minutes ago. And look how that lines up. Right? Pretty crazy. So we're really close to TP, guys. Up 34%. Who's in on this one with me? About to lock it in? We'll see. Time and sales. Time and sales, TNS on the side there. That's where you're going to figure out, and you're going to look at level, it's a level 2, right? You're kind of like, technically not level 2, but you're seeing with the options at least, like, hey, where's the most recent buyer at? Where's the most recent seller at? You can see the most recent transactions. So definitely, yeah, make sure you have time and sales pulled up there if you don't. So we've already caught, I mean, that was just like a beautiful trade, guys. Like 3% we've moved up on TEM. I'm telling you, like the system that we have here, like I said, it's repeatable. Anyone can show up. They can trade the system without knowing, hardly anything about trading as a whole. You just need to know how to buy and sell. The software does the work for you. And God, most days you're going to be like, what do I do? I'm kind of bored. I'm just sitting here. I'm waiting for trades. Once I enter them, I'm just setting my alerts. And then I'm letting them play out. It's like the most boring way to make money ever. You work for yourself. You sit at home. You can do whatever you want. Getting really close. Look at that. Even higher bar on MACD. So speed's continuing to increase. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. So up about 40%. One contract short. I should make another. I should be up 700 right now, not 500. That's okay though. That's okay. That's all right. Let's see, where would 290 put us? I always like throwing the order down and just kind of seeing sometimes, where would it put me? But you got to be careful doing that. 290 puts us there, slightly above. I always wait until TP or stop is hit to put the order in, but you can see where it kind of lines up. But be careful, don't do that. Sometimes it'll slip, you could get filled. Yeah, it looks like those will be like 285 to 290 a contract at TP. 285 slightly above. You gotta follow the system. We haven't hit TP yet. Like the difference is gonna matter if you get out a little early. Like it will add up across hundreds of trades or even dozens of trades. Like yesterday, if I had gotten out early, I would have given up 30-40% gains on that 140% trade. When I saw 100% yesterday, I follow the system and I know, if you can't follow the system, if you're selling early, if you're like, oh, I'm up 100%, I need to sell, and you sell, you're trading with too much. So look at, now we hit TP, right? Now we hit TP. There's someone just got that 285, and it's probably one of you guys sitting with your order on the book. Like I said, 285 at TP. Now I can put my order in here at 285. But yeah, just try to be patient and follow the trade plan. The trade, yeah, someone got 285. That's crazy. Try to follow TP plans, stop plans. Just be patient, right? Be patient when you put your order in. Be patient too. $285 was you, I figured. All right, guys. Well, we did it again. We showed up. We took the trade live. We did it in front of everyone. We just got 285. I'm stoked about that. We did the same thing yesterday. You guys just got to see the whole thing, right? That's it. $500, $600. Again, I should have made $750 on that, but that's fine. Was in a little light. Who made money? W. If you made money.